What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of News Dose, and I hope you had a great weekend. If you're into fighting games, of course we had EVO 2019, which is the biggest fighting game event of the year, so hopefully you enjoyed that. But we did get some game announcements there, which I will discuss. But also China Joy was happening as well, where a game by the name of Genshin Impact was shown off, and some Nintendo fans weren't too happy about it. In fact, I would flat out say that it's just a bad look on these fans' part. But before we get into all that, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button if you want to keep up to date with all of the latest gaming news. I try to post 3 to 4 times a week, and I pride myself on delivering as much game-related news as I possibly can. So yes, Genshin Impact for the PlayStation 4 was shown at China Joy this weekend, and the first thing you probably notice is that it looks oddly familiar. In fact, it may even be considered a straight-up clone to Zelda Breath of the Wild, which has left a few Nintendo fans a little more than angry. Reportedly, a fan even went so far that he destroyed a PlayStation 4 in protest of Genshin Impact ripping off Zelda. Sadly, this fan wasn't the only person offended by Genshin Impact and Sony promoting it, and several others was in fact protesting it as well. And this is where I think fandom goes just a little too far. Yes, Genshin Impact is obviously inspired by Zelda Breath of the Wild, and the art style is almost one-to-one. But this isn't new to the gaming industry. Almost everything is inspired by something else, and in fact, Zelda Breath of the Wild is inspired by Skyrim, Dark Souls, and I'm sure plenty of other games as well. I guess the only difference here is that Genshin Impact looks almost exactly the same from an artistic point of view. They're not really trying to keep it secret that their main inspiration is Zelda Breath of the Wild. But there is several differences in terms of gameplay, and dare I say, I think Genshin Impact actually looks pretty good. And hey, if you don't like the game, then just don't buy it. But to get angry that an exclusive game has a copycat, I see no reason to get this upset about something. Actually, all I think this has done is give Genshin Impact a lot of free publicity, and now more and more people are probably hearing about this game for the first time thanks to these fans' protest. It's quite ironic, really, but I do find this whole situation to be an embarrassment. Of course, you can't lump all Nintendo fans into this group, and we are seeing a lot of finger pointing right now, but the truth is, you have to treat people as individuals and not an entire group. But for these specific fans, it was shameful. Now, like I said, there's fanboys in every type of fandom. There's Xbox fanboys, there's PlayStation, and of course there's Nintendo, so like I said, don't group everybody up into one. You just have to focus on the individuals here. And yes, I find what happened this weekend to be appalling, but that's just me. Maybe you guys think differently, and let me know in the comments below. What I will say though is that Genshin Impact, it's looking pretty good regardless if it's a clone or not. At the very least, I'll keep an eye out for it. In other news, a new Guilty Gear is in development and is expected in 2020, which will likely be for the next generation of consoles and the PC. We got a small teaser for it at EVO 2019, and the little bit we have seen looks really good, which isn't surprising at all. Arc Systems, the developer, has become one of the best fighting game developers, period. Not only do they have the smashing hit Dragon Ball FighterZ, but the past Guilty Gear games are considered among the best fighting games of this generation. Not only does the fighting games they work on have deep fighting mechanics, but they excel when it comes to the art and animations. I mean, when you look at Dragon Ball FighterZ, it looks so good that you feel like you're in the Dragon Ball universe. And Guilty Gear really is the same way, and in fact, many people believes that Guilty Gear is better than Dragon Ball FighterZ. So if you like fighting games, or you like Dragon Ball FighterZ, then do yourself a favor and start paying attention to Guilty Gear. You can actually buy several of them from this generation that's on the PlayStation 4 and PC. I understand that the anime art style isn't for everybody, but you're not going to find a much better fighting game franchise than Guilty Gear. Now for the last game-related announcement that I wanted to talk about today is we now know that King of Fighters 15 is in development, confirmed at EVO 2019. I'm actually fairly certain that we heard about this a few months ago, but it did resurface at EVO, and as a legendary fighting franchise, I thought I would at least mention it. Right now, we only have the title art to go by, but I'd love to hear what some of your all's speculation is on this, so let me know in the comments below. Anyways, that's it for this episode, but let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Peace out.